Forever. Dog.
Hello, welcome to Very That.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
It's Raja.
And Delta, and this is officially the last episode of 2020. Not our last episode ever, but the last one of 2020.
Yeah, I mean, that's remarkable. God damn, what a year, huh?
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Ow!
Ay, wait.
Very that.
She's so bad.
Oh, honey.
But why is she so very that?
Very that.
I'm not even gonna jinx anything by like 2021. It's coming. You know how everyone was with 2020.
Right.
It was out of control. I felt like it was just so. Like everything that I saw on social media was just so saturated with this positivity and optimism. And yes, I do have positivity and optimism on what is going to happen in 2021, but I'm not going to try to talk about it too much. I'm just going to let it happen. You know what I mean? Like It's just if you're just setting yourself up and everybody else, for disappointment.
Well, no, I agree with that. I have never been a new year, new me person because
Same.
listen, I'm not, I have like zero follow through when it comes to making like a New Year's resolution. Right.
Mhm.
So when, listen, I've had 45 years to say this year, I'm going to, make a commitment to my health and this way and that way. And I'm going to stop biting my nails, or I'm going to start giving more to charity or whatever. I mean, whatever. If that's the date that you want to do it, then that's the date you want to do it. But I'm just saying, like, I think the reason that last year it was such a big thing about like, wow, 2020, we're really going to step into it, is because some of us, myself, you as well, like
Some of the girls,
remember watching Back to the Future, and you were like, oh, bitch, we are going to be driving cars in the air, bitch. Like when 2020 gets here, it's not even going to be we're going to be wearing shoulder pads so high. We're going to be conehead people. Like, I thought all of it was going to happen. Instead, everyone's at home going, oh my God, look, I learned how to put blocks of cheese and nuts on a piece of wood. Look what I learned in 2020. I'm like, they were doing that, in the fucking Renaissance, dude? Like, are you that
blocks of
impressed with
cheese on a
yourself?
piece of wood?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But
you mean
isn't
like a
that
cheese
where
platter?
we are? Like, we're doing our best. I'm not knocking anybody for doing it because, listen, they're presenting more homemade food than I am. But I thought we would have been further along in 2020.
Well,
but we're not.
I think maybe there's, it's just sort of inevitable at this time of year that you kind of get into that mode because, the holidays marks the end of the year. There's something about the chill in the weather or whatever it is. But there's just this timeline that says, okay, now you got to like get ready for the new thing that's coming in.
Right.
But when you really break it down, a day is a day, and you should be making those resolutions probably daily or weekly. Just making changes and improvements in your life. I've been adopting that idea more, but that also just probably comes from the fact that I'm older now, and I think a little bit differently about my own personal future. So
no resolutions specifically set for December 31st and January 1st.
No, I don't do that. I do love to celebrate New Year's Eve. So
Really?
I'm never really home to do it. I'm usually hired out to somewhere, which I don't mind because I find it to be the most celebratory time of the year. I'm excited about that concept. I don't get to do any of that, which actually makes me kind of happy because I want to be in my home, a nice bottle of really chilled champagne, maybe one of my neighbors that I've been hanging out with, and just, watch the ball drop. I never get to do that. I'm always the one who's counting down on a microphone for everybody at a party. So I'm sort of looking forward to the quietness of it. I'm sure that in my neighborhood, there's going to be a lot of fireworks going on because that's, my neighborhood, and any celebratory time, they got to light fireworks.
Well,
starts pretty early.
I am not looking forward to being at home on New Year's Eve. I am
You're
going.
not?
I am going stir crazy a bit. I really. I am so used to getting. I mean, you know me for
Yeah.
so many years. I'm in my car. I'm driving to Palm Springs. I'm driving to San Diego.
Mhm.
If I'm not doing my local gigs, I'm also too on an airplane going somewhere to go do a little something. And of course, the past few years, I've celebrated New Year's Eve at the Executive Suite in Long Beach, and we just do a couple numbers and we ring it all in. I honestly, girl, I'm really missing my normal schedule of work. There are days
Yeah.
where I get up and I'm like, I'll sleep in. I'll go to bed really late. I'll wake up and I'll think, okay, my activity for today is to go get 13 stars at Starbucks for my my bacon egg bites and an iced coffee. And then maybe I'll go to the storage unit and hang up a couple of blouses. And then I'll be like, oh God, I'm so accomplished. Like,
Yeah.
do I need to go get dish soap at Target? And then like I'll go to Target.
Which reminds me, I need to get dish soap right like immediately because there's a disgusting pile of dishes, which I hate doing dishes. And since I've been home, I've been forced to wash a lot of dishes, my own.
I'm getting bored. I've been bored for a while. I'm not lying, but it's yeah. So you know what? But what did they say? After the plague came the Renaissance. So anything could happen. Everything changes when you're dancing in the eyes of love. Okay. So.
Optimism. That's all I can offer to anybody out there is let's all be optimistic about it. Especially here in America, we have a new administration coming in. Not very easily coming in, but it's coming in, and there's a vaccine coming around the corner. I was just watching CNN this morning, which has been very unbearable to watch this entire year. But there's actually like good news now, or seemingly good news on the news. During this entire time we've had since March. See, my timeline went New Year's Eve last year. I was in London. I did a really fun gig at this hotel called the Lalit Hotel, and it was a sort of a private party. And then I came home, and then I went to Puerto Vallarta to do my show.
Where did you go?
And then Puerto Vallarta.
Okay.
And then I came home, and then I was like, "Fuck it, I'm home, so I'm gonna go back to PV." And then I went and hung out there a little bit more, and then I came home, and COVID happened. So the entire beginning of the year, just So since March, we've been home.
Right.
Anything in particular that you've learned, either about yourself or a particular skill set?
Well, I have learned that I am much more patient than I thought I was, especially when it comes to standing in line to go places. I talk about one of my faults as a person is being impatient when it comes to wanting what I want and wanting it now. So convenience.
Honey, do I know this about you, or do I know this about you?
And
bitch?
So, shut up. So
Delta hates being inconvenienced more than I hate being inconvenienced, and I loathe it.
I don't know what. Is it because I'm an Aquarius, or
is that what it is?
Or is it because I'm an only child?
It's a combination of the two.
Is it because
there's more.
Delivered the commencement speech in high school? Or is it because I don't know what it is, but you know this. And so I've come to realize, hey, guess what? You're not gonna get to do everything that you want to do because it's as simple as you don't need to be going to the fucking store unless you need to be at the fucking store. You don't need to be getting on a fucking airplane unless you need to go on an airplane to get from A to B. You know what I mean? So I have learned that a little bit about myself, and I have
patience.
I've also learned that I can take a nap anywhere. I can take a nap in my bed, on the floor, on the couch, anywhere. I'm adaptable when it comes to taking a nap. I can sleep anywhere. Once upon a time with anyone.
Damn.
Now anywhere. And so that's good. That's a plus for me. What about you?
I have. Oh fuck! What have I learned?
Oh fuck! What have I learned?
I've learned to organize my life a little bit better. I am
Marie
a
Kondo.
terrible, huh?
Marie Kondo.
I Marie Kondoed my condo. No, I've learned how to organize and kind of, everything about me usually is really kind of like haphazard and drowsy and like, and I've learned I've gotten a little bit more focus in this time. And certainly I've learned how to like spend less money on shit. I think it was really easy to kind of, especially being a former drag race queen, working in the club circuit, blah, blah, blah. It's just easy to just, buy this thing. I want to wear this thing. And I've just really had to kind of focus and allow myself to ration a little bit and not be so frivolous on my purchases and stuff, just because it's I'm a fucking liar. I get Amazon box. Actually, I'm waiting for an Amazon box to come today, but
Yeah.
I'm just spending it differently. I really kind of tapped into my creative senses a lot more. I'm always into that, but like I've had the time. I've had the time to sit at home, to gold leaf a thing, to rhinestone a thing, to sew a thing, to
sit on the couch in it.
Yes. Definitely to sit on the couch from the waist up and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I think that's what I've learned. And I've learned another thing I've learned is who my fucking friends are. Yeah. I've learned that there are people in life, especially in the social, we live in a very social, environment, working in nightclubs and stuff. And I've just learned who my actual core people are, That's a good thing. That's definitely a positive thing that's happened this time, because I don't be talking to everybody.
Well, yeah, you do realize that, and I had to step back and because I would in the beginning.
By the way, I'm actually using my powder puff as a snot rag. I don't know what it is. Every time I put on makeup, my nose runs. God damn it. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I have my powder puff here too, but I've been using a little what is the little thing called? And now I don't have it here. A little like those
Beauty
little
blender?
round, those brushes that are chubby. Anyway,
Okay.
listen, who cares?
Those soak up snot just as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
they do. But we were talking about the idea that, you find out who your friends are. And
Mm-hmm.
there have been times where I'll stop and I'll go, God, I haven't talked to so-and-so in so long. I haven't seen so-and-so. And then I think I should message them. But then it's not that I don't want to message them or I shouldn't have to make the first move or anything like that. But sometimes I wonder, like, if I didn't normally socialize with them and then they crossed my mind and then I did send them a message, would they then think like, what does she want from me? Or like, why is she all of a sudden message? Is she bored? Like, and maybe that's a cunty thing to think in my mind, but I don't want somebody to think that I'm messaging them or checking on them disingenuously. But at the same time, there are people that you realize like, well, it's not that I don't like someone. It's just that like, maybe there's people that you just had so many experiences with and you step back and you're like, it's not that I don't like you. It's just that I don't fuck with you anymore. Like, I don't dislike you and I don't want to see bad things for you. I just don't fuck with you
I just don't fuck with you.
we just don't do the same shit. Like, and it's okay. It's okay. I don't know. That's kind of where I am with it.
Yeah, because I mean, mental health has been such a huge conversation, and we even advertise for an app that helps in that. And mental health. And I'm definitely, I'm experiencing my own version of that, and I've found that there's only certain people that I can really kind of talk about those things with, including with a therapist. But there's only certain friends that you can really kind of hone in and focus on those ideas with. And yes, that's definitely one of the things that I've learned this time is that we don't fucks with you.
Yeah, I think that's true. That's very true. Well, we are going to be right back with another. Are we not?
I guess we are.
I mean, yeah.
Let's go. Let's be right back. Okay.
All right. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye, girl. Be right back. We're not going away. We're just going to be away for a minute.
And we're back.
Yes.
With Very That.
I love that jacket.
Thank you so much, girl. I am not fucking kidding you. I haven't worn this in a long time. It's the only red jacket I own, but I just found cash in it. Let's count it. Yes. I don't know where I must have maybe worn it to a club last.
Yeah, we're supposed to split tips, remember?
Yeah, I think so. No, because it's not ones. There's definitely here $4, $4, $9. I'm doing math right now. $4, $9, $10. Oh, this is good. $20. Shit. $25.
Get out of here.
I just found $26 in my pocket.
I'm
never lending any of my jackets to anybody because they're probably going to find all
the money,
all of my wealth and
all of your wealth.
Yeah. All of my Scrooge McDuck over here, all of my wealth in my pockets.
Your new haircut is so pretty.
Thank you. I just kind of needed it. You know, it's been gradual. I told myself that if I was going to go shorter in my hair, I was going to do it gradually because there was so much length to it. And I just got tired of it. I just kind of got tired of being like Gandalf all the time and kind of, I don't know, Daywalker. And this just feels a little bit like more, I don't know.
It's alive.
Yeah, I like it. It's got layers.
alive.
It's got layers. So layers. Okay.
So, this is probably one of the best parts of what we get to do when we podcast, and that is to read letters from anal letters. The annals from the annals of the inbox. Not anal, but anal is fun, but we don't really do anal on podcasting or in podcast. I mean, we could.
I mean, I have a butt plug in. Does that?
New year, new us.
Hey,
How was that?
I got a butt plug that's pretty deep. So technically, I am doing anal right now while reading the annals.
Wow. Okay.
Just kidding. No.
Are you just like preparing for something that's about to happen, or?
Well, I'm preparing to be a windsock eventually. 2021. Wow.
Yeah. That's like a perfume. Do you remember the perfume Wind Song? Your windsock stays on my mind.
Your wind song stays on my mind.
Wind Song perfume by Prince Machiavelli.
Girl.
You know, I can always find a perfume. I was talking about like that I want to have my own perfume one day, and I was like trying to think of names, and I want it to be real like sort of 80s, like not 80s like party, but like 80s leading lady. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's what it's called.
Oh, maybe that is what it's called.
It's called leading lady.
Oh, I like that. Anyway, so we have letters. Should we? Let's read. I'm going to read the first letter.
Well, let's quickly remind everyone that you can always email us any letters or inquiries or anything that you want to ask us. Apparently, we're advice columnists, and we got some advice. Yeah. So you can always contact us and send it to our email at deltaandraja@gmail.com. Okay. Go ahead. Anals.
All right, so the first one is from Daniel. Hello, ladies, and Merry Christmas or whatever holiday you choose to celebrate. I'll start off by saying that I love the podcast, and I'm looking forward to tuning into your videos every Monday morning with a cup of coffee.
Well, that's very sweet.
Yeah. The holidays are here. My most favorite time of the year. I love all the decorations, the music, the movies, and of course, food. I was fortunate in coming from a very Mexican household, so that meant things like tamales, pozole, buñuelos, ponche, and champurrado. I would love to hear from you ladies about what your perfect holiday setup would be in regards to music, movies, and like two foods. For me, it would be Eartha Kitt's version of Santa Baby. Playing.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to listen to that right after this.
He says, for him, it would be Eartha Kitt's Santa Baby playing Elf on television and eating pozole.
Oh, I just watched that last night. I loved it.
Yeah.
Okay. What? And what else? Eating pozole and tamales. Okay.
And he said,
what's a ponche?
Punch.
Oh, punch. Okay. Duh. Okay.
I think they just spelled it wrong. It's just spelled wrong. By the way, they want to show off their parents' Christmas decorations, which are gorgeous. You can see them here. Okay, so what's your setup? Everybody's setup is different. I want to let you go first because you've seen more of the world than I have, so maybe you have more influence.
One of my big dreams, and I don't know if it'll ever happen. And I'm gonna send this podcast to my sisters when it finally airs. But I would like to host my own Christmas gathering or holiday gathering for my family. You know, during Christmas time when I go see my family, I always go through my older sister Rahana's house because she usually hosts it, and I go there and because she's hosting, and she lets me kind of just go through all of her stuff and decorate, like do the centerpieces on the table, or set up an area outside for everybody, for the rest of the family to come and sit down. And I'm always the one that kind of, adds the holly and the berries because I like to decorate. I like to, put things. So one of my big dreams eventually one day is that I'll be able to host because I love to cook. So the spread, what foods would I have? I would probably, I would have like a roast, like a beef or pork loin. I like meat. Veganism is not ever going to be a part of me, I don't think. And the must-haves would be that, like a nice sizzling roast of something, and then a nice bountiful dessert area too would be nice. Or just I like to nosh also. I like hors d'oeuvres, or like you were mentioning, cheese on a wood platter.
Right.
I like things like that. And what else was the question?
Just what's your setup? What's a movie you like to see at Christmas time, or a song, or something that sets the mood for you?
I like Elf. Elf is a good holiday movie. I was just saying I watched it last night, and I think that's a pretty funny one. But I don't know if there's any like particular holiday films. What did you say yours was?
I didn't. I was reading his.
You didn't? Oh, okay.
No.
What would yours be? I'll just add to you because you always kind of help me conjure
So a
up
movie?
stuff.
Well, I definitely love Home for the Holidays with Holly Hunter, which is...
Okay, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, you have to. Holly Hunter and Bancroft. Who else is in that? Robert Downey Jr. It's hilarious.
Ooh.
It's all about what it's like. Holly Hunter's a single mom who goes for the holidays to go visit her parents. It's for Thanksgiving, and has a sister she doesn't get along with, and a gay brother, and it's just it's very funny. But if you've ever experienced being around certain family members that just don't get along, and it's the whole, well, we're gonna agree to disagree. It's kind of that. So that it's really funny, and the whole concept is what happens in a family like that, where you really do love people, you love them, but you don't always like everybody, but you do love people. And I know that's a weird concept for some people, but there are definitely that, for me, when it comes to not just the movie, but a holiday experience is something that in recent years that I've come to love. Is we spend time with family here in Southern California and in Orange County specifically, but also we go and do a little family trip to Utah. And so Davey, my partner Davey, and my mom, we'll plan it, we'll plan the flight there, and then we land in Salt Lake, and we pick up a rental car, and we drive about 3 hours into Utah to get to where Davey's family lives. And it is absolutely stunning. It's everything that you would imagine on the cover of a Currier and Ives a greeting card. I mean, you're driving, and there's just like 50-foot Christmas trees in droves all along, and you're just going through canyons and passes and over bridges, and I feel so, again, so sorry. So many people have lost so much this year. And for me, I'm very lucky that all I've really lost this year was experiences that I can replace in coming years. And I don't mean to be preachy about that. It's just I've grown used to being able to go to Utah a couple of times a year and visiting family. And it's a bit heartbreaking. Of course, it's not as heartbreaking as people working, 24-hour shifts to keep people alive. It's not as heartbreaking as people having their hospital bed now in, 4-story parking structures. And it's not as heartbreaking as people dying. Or businesses going, but again, I hate to bring it down a little bit, but I have to keep checking myself and saying, look what you do have, And
Yes.
especially in the holiday season, it's something that I do look to. And the holidays for me is definitely about family. It's about friends. And I will say, I don't always, as much as I love wrapping gifts and buying gifts, I don't always buy all of my friends' gifts consistently every year. There are years where I'm like, I think I need to buy this for this person. And I may just present them with that, because I don't think you should buy gifts as an obligation, but because it felt like it was right. And that's how you should receive gifts as well. So the holiday is definitely about that. I love the smells. Of course, I mean, I would be crazy if I left out tamales and pozole, which are two of my favorite things. By the way, the only 2 tamales I've had this holiday season, by the by, is a 2 for $4 special at Del Taco. That's it. I haven't had.
What are you talking about? That is
what
an
I wanna know.
abomination.
What am
That's an
I
abomination.
talking about?
Why did you
is
buy that? Was it gross?
No, they were pretty good actually. For I mean,
Really?
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go for authenticity in fast food Mexican, I would probably go to Del Taco before I would go to Taco Bell. Although I love Taco Bell more sometimes.
Oh, I love it all.
Oh, me too. Yeah, Chipotle.
Home for the
too. I'll
Holidays
eat that.
is the right song, right movie. I've been doing a countdown every day of like, not a countdown, but just a list of my favorite holiday songs because I love them so much.
I saw that.
Yeah, I love everything from, serious country, originals. I love, today I was talking about Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I love holiday music a lot, so much so that one of my like top playlists on Pandora, like it gives you the wrap up for the year. And my number one playlist for the year was Halloween radio. Because I listen to Halloween music throughout the year. Because we talked about doing something Halloween related, which may happen in the future. And then number 2 was holiday music, Christmas music. So I love it. I love it. I love all of it. I love lights. I love looking at even bad Christmas. These are gorgeous Christmas lights that that Daniel has shown here, but I like even bad ones.
Yeah, they went in.
They went in.
That. Yeah, I love decorating. So I would say that is probably one of the things that I like. So like putting up my Christmas tree,
which is gorgeous.
Due to your influence was definitely, I can feel that sense of like joy, know.
Right. What's a Christmas song you love?
I love so many. You know what? I introduced that entire Mariah Carey album to my family, my parents especially, and they never gave a fuck about Mariah Carey ever. And I brought it to them one Christmas many, many years ago, and my father was still alive. And it's it's something that we just kind of play now because it's quite the standard. But I love an old like hymnal style sang by a really fierce diva. Like I love and I don't know, like "Oh Holy Night" or Whitney Houston. I don't know. I just like old hymnal churchy music, and because that's what I grew up around anyway.
Pretty. That's so pretty.
Yeah, I don't think I have a particular one. But you know what? I was thinking one movie that I do watch, and that movie that you were talking about kind of reminds me of the one with Sarah Jessica Parker and a bunch of other people. I think it's called The Family Stone.
I have not seen that movie.
It's pretty damn good. It's pretty modern-ish, but it's about a Christmas celebration with a family, and there's a gay couple in it. One of the sons in it is gay. And Sarah Jessica Parker plays the new fiance to the oldest son. She is a very city girl, and this family
I love city girls.
Yeah, this family is very like...
Oh, not the rap group, right?
This family is very sort of a liberated family, very... Yeah, and then Sarah Jessica comes in and she's kind of the stuffy one, and then eventually... Anyway, if you get a chance, watch it. But the other film that I like to watch that they always play all the time, all day long on Christmas is... I think it's called A Christmas Story. You know what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
You know what the
Shoot
leg
Your Eye
lamp?
Out.
Shoot Your Eye Out.
Yeah,
that's the one.
great.
I like watching that. I could watch that over and over again because it just makes me cackle.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. Okay. Do we have any more letters? Okay. I'll read this one. This one says, "Hi." This one comes from Nicole. It says, "Hi. My name is Nicole, and I'm a loyal listener from Cleveland, Ohio. I was just wondering, what is that Raja is saying in the intro? What am I saying in the intro? Very that.
Yeah, you're saying like, oh yeah, or so. I don't know. Do I say that?
Very that.
Find something, see something. Oh yeah.
Ai Hui?
I
Oh,
think-
that's Delta.
Oh yeah. Ai Hui.
Yeah, Ai Hui. Yeah,
Ai
Ai
Hui.
Hui. Explain Ai Hui.
Ai Hui is like it's just a kind of like an expression like oh man, like
Yeah,
but it can
like
be it can
OMG.
be used other ways as well. Like you could be annoyed with it. Ai Wei.
Yeah.
But it's
Wei.
usually ai Wei. Like I want more, need more.
You can say like pinche Wei.
And some people will spell it. You'll see it spelled WEY. And it'll also
Oh.
be, which I spell it GUEY. But it's
Yeah.
it's basically slang. It's a slang term.
Yeah.
And it's a slang phrase. It
There's
could be
a
like you're
there's-
stupid or you're just some guy. Like, oh, guy.
Yeah.
That. Like, oh,
There's
guy.
there's a store in a few Mexican airports called Ai Gui.
Yeah.
And it's spelled like that. GUAY. Ai Gui.
Yeah.
But it's a Mexican term. Ai Wei. Ai Wei. Ai
Yeah.
Wei.
Yeah.
And Delta said that. Because Delta's more Mexican than me. I'm
Can I
not
tell you
Mexican at
that,
all.
like, while we're talking, like, I don't know if people know this, but when we're doing these, so we're on a call. It's just a Zoom call, I guess. Yeah, a Zoom call.
Mhm.
Sorry for being an old lady and it's sitting in front of me and I can't read it. But we're in a Zoom call with, of course, our producer Big Dipper is here, and
Mhm.
Raj is on the screen. Sometimes Will Pitts is on here, but not at the moment, but he usually is. And then I'm here. And then we're having the conversation and we're looking into the webcam. But
Mhm.
also I can see everyone's face down here. So sometimes I want to look at them while they're talking to me. So if you see us looking off, it's not that we're disinterested. It's that I'm trying to look at them because I want to see their reaction, because this is really as close as I'm getting to them because we're all far away.
No,
and
I do it because I'm disinterested.
Well, you are disinterested, but also I'm actually not as crazy as you think. So if I'm just like looking into the camera for a while and it looks like I lose focus, my eyes are crossing because I think I'm
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if I'm
mine too.
falling asleep.
I know I have terrible vision, so
Oh, mine's
I
awful.
like I'm actually looking at myself and not into the camera, so it actually looks like I'm looking away when I'm looking because
Right.
I use my phone. All
Anyway,
these technical things. Ooh, we are so techie.
I know.
Ooh, look at us. We tech people. We have webcams.
With that, we are going to take a break and we'll be right back with Very That. We are back with Very That.
Mm-hmm.
And I
And-
want to know.
You see something? Look what my Perry, Perry Meek Delta?
Yes.
The costume designer, he sent me a box full of cookies, including these hot chocolate bombs. You basically just put your water or warm milk and then you just dunk it in there and it melts away and then you just fucking eat it.
If I
I'm gonna
wasn't
go ahead.
sitting where I'm sitting, I would show you the one that he sent me. He sent us
Oh
both
my God.
one.
I think it's so cute, and it came with a fucking rhinestone pickle ornament, and I'm gonna indulge in this macaron.
Perry is gorgeous and so generous. Gorgeous and
Mm.
generous. We were just kikiing the other day on Instagram about fabric at downtown when you're shopping, and then like it's just like laying in the street and people are selling it, and you're like, can you not have that laying in the street?
I know. They're like, they have the nerve too. They're like, that's 15 a yard, and
Yeah, and
you're
I'm
like,
like,
wait.
well, there's rats on top of it, so like, what the fuck? There's a half-eaten bacon-wrapped hot dog on top of it. I'm good.
Fuck, that sounds so good right now. Bacon wrapped hot dog
Oh, but-
made on the street.
So
Eat it all up.
this photo, see something. I hate this piece of hair right here. This hair keeps jumping out, like going like this, and you
Well,
have to
maybe
go
you
this
should-
way.
Maybe you should learn how to style wigs or something.
Well, or I wouldn't have been fired.
Maybe. Hey.
With the fig.
With
No.
the fig.
So anyway, it keeps doing that. But this photo
Mm-hmm.
is from your collection, I believe.
It is. It is. And what's really interesting is I might have ripped somebody out of this because it is a literal ripped photo.
Yep.
where it's just the two of us, and I don't know who I ripped out of it.
I know who.
You think so?
Because I have another
you-
copy of this.
Oh, you do? Was it who was? No. Do we say it out loud? Am I in trouble?
No, but what I don't have that makes this very time specific is the sticker that you have on top of it from when we were in Las Vegas. And look at your hair and look at my hair.
Ew! Oh my God. I look like that. My hair looks like if I curled it, I could be like a Snow White cosplayer.
Look at that hair. And that's when I had long hair.
Yeah, and look at what we're doing with our hands. If you go in a little bit closer on the picture, we are holding up money.
Coins.
Because we were performing, and that was probably like one of the first times in our lives where they were like literally making it rain on us.
Right.
And we were so impressed with it. And there were machines where you could get like a sheet of stickers, and it would say Las Vegas, and it would have your picture of you and your friend, and it was very much like what an Instagram story is today, essentially.
Well, I think this is when we drove to Vegas in, didn't you have like a Honda Accord?
In my Honda Civic.
You
yep,
had
a black one. The only car I ever bought, owned, and that was the last time. And it was a 98 Honda Civic. And this was probably, I don't know, what is this? Early 2000s.
And I remember we were going to go do a gig and we were going through the CD book in the middle of the night and throwing the CDs out into the street.
Yes, I would never do that now because I don't believe in, I don't want to litter, but it was definitely one of those moments where it felt very Priscilla because we were driving through the desert and we were just being very irreverent. We're like, let's just chuck our fucking scratched up Christine W and fling it out the window and we had a ball. We were laughing. We were living a Thelma and Louise kind of moment.
You know, one of my favorite things is driving to Vegas. Not everyone likes driving to Vegas because they figure you can get there for $40 on an airplane at this point and you'll be there in half an hour. But I love the drive. I love every single stop along the way. And that's what I was saying earlier about that trip to go visit family in Utah. That I love that just stopping somewhere and going like, oh, this is a gift shop. Oh, this is let's go get an iced tea, or I'm just that person. And some people are not that person. But I remember on this trip, it was very that. And it was in the middle of the night, which is very interesting if you take that drive in the middle of the night when it's still warm out, because the desert has that smell and if it's summer rain, there's something about it that's really magical to me.
I actually, on this trip, I remember we took while we were driving in the middle of the night, we got off the freeway. And we got lost.
Yep.
On this like fucking dirt road in the middle of the dark desert. And it led to nowhere. Yeah. And we started to create stories in our mind.
Because that's, of course, I'm like an X-Files fan, so I was convincing Raja that like, no, the aliens are here. We're in a protected base. I know.
Yeah, that's it. We're in trouble. We're going to be we're either going to be killed, or we're going to be chainsawed to death, or we're going to be probed by aliens, which I would have preferred. So
yeah. But that happened one time. Me and Landon Sider used to carpool to Dreamgirls in San Diego all the time. And one time we were coming back and there was like a detour, and the detour, I said, we'll just turn around here in Oceanside. And we went to turn around in a totally normal area. And suddenly we were in like about to enter Camp Pendleton. And so we had to pull over. They had to ask for IDs. And that's one of the times where Landon has clocked, like, he's like, oh, you have these two voices that you do. And I said, what is that? He's like, you have your drive-through voice and then you have your regular voice.
Oh my God, like, let me hear your drive-through voice.
I don't know what it is. I know what it is. So I'm going to
Okay, let's pretend we're at a drive-through.
No, I can't.
Welcome to McDonald's.
You have to ask Landon Sider, because Landon says that I super butch it up when I'm in the drive-through because people always think that I'm a woman. And I'm like, and then when you get up there and they're like, oh, sorry, like, oh, fuck. And that's not an insult to me.
Sorry, we thought you were a woman. Instead, you're a devil with like, you're Eddie Munster.
You're not a woman, but you're definitely still Karen. So that's happened before. And again, getting lost on a trip like that is always, this is a weird experience. But that one was different. That was the first time we were in Vegas. The second time was a group of us, myself, you, Manila, and Carmen. And that was a whole other, that was after Drag Race.
Oh, that was a whole other thing. I remember, here's another one on this trip. And, you know, I'm an open book. In fact, one day I will write a book.
Yeah, we need to.
And maybe if this pandemic situation and isolation continues, maybe I'll sit down and actually start writing once upon a time and then continue. But this was, Delta. This was that time in my life when I was really into like, party!
I know this is coming. I knew this was coming.
Wee-ho! Was this the time? This was it,
This
right?
is it.
Yeah, this is it. Wee-ho! I'm a party girl, you know, and it was the early 2000s, and I had brought with me some cocaine. Now, back in the day, I used to have long hair, long black hair, and I would snort so much coke that people started to call me Pocahontas, which is obscene. And I brought some with me, and I remember I was like, Delta, I'm gonna do some coke. And we were sitting at the swimming pool at the apartment complex that we were sitting at, and I fucking dropped my coke. Remember that?
Yep.
And I went and I took it out of the fucking jacuzzi or whatever we were in, and I went and drank. Kids out there, this is you know, this is out there for anyone to listen to, but I did have my moments with cocaine, and man, that was a pathetic one.
Well, there was
And
more to that
Just
story.
don't do drugs. Don't do drugs.
Yeah. There was more to that story and what was involved with the cocaine, but we can save that one for another time.
Did I make you do some? I think I might have. I don't know. I remember I was wearing white Speedos.
I do remember that. I do, because you were super tanned. You were tanned and long, and you wanted everyone to know.
I was like, looky me, because I was probably I don't know.
You wanted them to see something.
But you know, also in this photo is behind that sticker is one of our favorite wigs, is the one that I'm wearing on my head. Remember, we had so many variations in every color of this Farrah wig.
That was called the Farrah, and we would get that from Allura Wigs and Ellen's, and we would go to Ellen's. Remember when? And this was when Ellen's was on the original side of the street next to Live Nude Girls.
Yes.
And then it moved
on Vine,
across.
Hollywood and Vine. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the Farrah. And I think we maybe on a normal day, we paid $35. On a good day, if you were like, well, I need two, it would be $30. You were wearing the 613 color version of this, but you colored in roots in yours, and you flattened yours even more so that it was tight and then just out. That was the best. That wig now those are so expensive now in comparison to what we paid then. I mean, I looked for this same brand online. It's $100, and it's not even a lace front wig.
Wow.
$100 for that.
And back then, oh my God, we're sounding so old right now, but back then wigs did not come. A blonde wig never came with a black root.
No, well, also it never came with a lace front. I mean,
that is so fucking true. But we had it in every color, and one of the great things about that wig was the varieties of styling you can do to it.
Yep.
Not only did you have to wear it as a 70s, but you can use the curls that were already built into it as you know, you could create a wave through it, like, you know, like a little finger wave through it.
Absolutely.
And I could use a few of those. I'm sad that they cost so much, but maybe they do come with lace fronts right now. Is that why they're more expensive?
Or you could just
I don't know.
cut, you know, you'd have to cut one, but it was the way those were done. It was the way
they're fantastic. When we talk about a fresh out of the bag wig, that was the one to do it with. I would always put a little bit of like hairspray through it to kind of give it a dullness so that it looked more real.
Right.
But Lord help me, Jesus, let me tell you, I had some, Lord help me, Jesus, child. I used to get fucked in them. They were great.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They were great.
Well, that also, they're also good falls. You could wear it as a fall.
True. Very, very true.
Yeah.
And it's just a multi-layered wig with lots of curl in it, and or a nice big barreled curl, and you just kind of, you know,
literally this crown piece was like that long. Like it was short back here, but that's what gave it and then the feathered out. It was so good. I mean, nowadays, you know, a lot of times for that full volume, people will double stack a wig, which is great. I do that too. But in this case, you didn't have to. You could literally shake it upside down and it was just so juicy. See something?
See something. I also see a flower in your hair, which predates the lace front. Because if you wanted to cover your hairline, you just stuck a big flower right on the edge of
what
your
about
hairline.
right here? What am I doing today? Covering up the hairline. Should I lift it up and see what's in?
No, it's cute. You look so cute. I like it.
Thanks.
Santa, is that a 99 only? Jesus, you own everything.
I think it is, and it even came with the little thing on there.
Oh.
I had it. I was saying I had a different wig on. I had this what I thought was a really cool Betty Page wig on earlier, and when I looked at it, the proportion was so gross. Like the bangs looked like wet. They didn't look rounded. They looked wet, and then it was just gross. I had to throw this on, and then I'm mad because girl, bye. Whatever.
Well, you could have just worn wet bangs like I do and call it baby hair.
Oh, I could have done that.
Yeah. Oh my God, I am gagging. Okay. All right. Are we taking another break or is that it? Is that it for us today? No, come on.
Well, I mean, it's not it for us because, this is the last. This is the last hurrah before the year is over. This is the last.
Oh my God.
I mean, even though we're not supposed to be making New Year's resolutions, we could make wishes for the new year and for our podcast. Could we not?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everyone knows now that the M.O.M network and Forever Dog, now it's one whole umbrella. They know that there are other podcasts to listen to, like Race Chaser, like The Chop, like Meatball and Dipper's Sloppy Seconds. And then there's us. And so this is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're fortunate to have had so many sponsors that want to come through and appreciate the people that have tuned into our podcast because, we're an acquired taste. I feel like we're kind of like blue cheese and a lot of people like ranch. You know what I mean?
Right.
They still carry blue cheese at a lot of places, but not everyone requests blue cheese. But they have to have it.
I request blue cheese. I love blue cheese. I love blue cheese crumbles. I love it all. I want it. I'm going to go to the store and get some blue cheese today. I'm going to do that because now you made me think about it.
But if you had to pick blue cheese or Roquefort, which would you pick?
Ooh, see, I love my cheese funky. So, is Roquefort more?
It's more pungent. It's stronger. It's a little more intense quality.
You know what I'm gonna make? I'm gonna make a wedge. I'm gonna go get like a head of lettuce, some bacon, peppered bacon, cured bacon, and then just Roquefort the fuck out of it. But
well,
okay,
I was going to say because I'm not connected and I'm a poor person. We had talked about I was going to get some makeup brushes from Raja. So maybe I could swing by and pick up those brushes, do a little drop off, and then you could also give me one of those salads. No?
Okay, that sounds good. I can do that.
Because, if you're listening out there, I have to take Raja's old gross brushes because, fucking people can't send
I'm going to give you some brand new ones. I have a lot of, friends over the years who've given me some nice brushes and I'm going to give
I don't have any friends, so.
None, zero. But back to the podcast topic. I'm so glad that we're doing this. I am having a really, really fun time because Delta and I all, many of my friendships are not friendships that, where you check in on each other every fucking day, And when I was mentioning at the beginning of, how many people I've dwindled down to, the weekly moments where we get to talk to each other has definitely been a highlight because we've known each other for a long time. But our friendship, along with many of our friendships, is one that where you can kind of like not see each other or talk to each other for weeks, perhaps even months. And then you talk to each other and then you just jump right back into it,
Sure.
And
because we're stuck with each other.
Also, you're also not mad at it. You're not like, I haven't heard from you in a week. Like, grow up. We have lives to take care of and whatever. So it's been really nice to kind of have this ritual with you and to get to kind of talk and discuss and see something and make orgasmic noises. And it's really fun to get to reach out and meet and hear from so many different people. So I hope if I get to have a wish, I wish that we can continue this as long as possible and enjoy this process and get to meet up every week and talk.
I agree with you 100%. Right? And I mean, anybody that's interested in in hearing more about this. Obviously, our show comes out every Monday. And then if you want to subscribe to that, that would be great. If you want to like it and rate it, that's how other people are going to find out about it. And if you want to get a message to us, send that message to Delta and Raja at Gmail. Essentially questions, really. I mean, if you want to send us a message, you can do so on Instagram. We're both on Instagram. So you can follow us there at Sutan Amrul or Delta Work. And by the way, if you send a message and you don't get a message back, sometimes it could be in the message request folder. It's not that we're ignoring you. Or maybe we are ignoring you. Who knows?
What's a message request folder?
I just found out about it. You'll see. We'll talk about it next time.
Shit. Oh my God. Now I got to look through it.
It's frightening. It's frightening. But thank you for listening to Very That. We're done. This is it.
And we want to wish you a very, very happy 2021. Happy New Year, everybody. And thank you so much for listening.
New you. I'm just kidding.
New Year, new you.
Same me, same shit.
Forever Dog.
To listen to Very That ad-free, sign up for Forever Dog Plus at foreverdogpodcast.com/plus.
Very That is produced by Forever Dog and Moguls of Media, aka Mom.
Hosted by Delta Work and Raja.
Music, sound design, and editing by Will Pitts.
Produced by Big Dipper.
Executive produced by Willem Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey.
Show us that wig line.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You want me to show you?
You can.